Hey everyone, James Chia from the StarCraft 2 Guidance site to bring you a quick video on the Protoss Photon cannon in StarCraft 2. So it'll be this rather interesting defensive structure right here. So yes, basically this cannon is both used for anti-air and anti-ground duty, and yeah, usually it's used as part of a wall and against Zerg, although really it can be used in general as a defensive structure. And yeah, unlike the other two races, defensive structures, yeah, they can cover both ground and the air. One thing to note though is that their detection radius is 11, but their weapon radius is actually, there we go, range 7 is actually much shorter, but they can detect units out to a much wider radius, to say the least. So yes, they require the forge to be created beforehand, and yeah, they're usually also used as part of the forge fast expand to help defend an early expansion as a Protoss when you're playing against the Zerg. Another thing to keep in mind is that yeah, sometimes you might see them sprinkled around the mineral lines around your bases, just to defend against harassing air and ground units that try to drop off near your mineral lines directly. But yeah, you shouldn't rely on them solely though, as yeah, they're still just static defense structures, and yeah, all the races have got different units for outranging defensive structures and blowing them apart. So keep in mind, you won't win the game by staying in your base, to say the least. But yeah, they're pretty good for defense early on, and even later in the game you can sprinkle a couple amongst your more far-flung expansions in order to at least slow down the enemy a bit for your mobile forces to actually arrive and to function as the real defense there. Another thing you can do with the Photon cannon is yeah, you can use it as part of a cannon rush. So that's usually we go with a forge first, and yeah, then you concentrate on getting 1 or 2 pylons close to your opponent's base, and yeah, then spawning, or rather warping in a couple of photon cannons. It doesn't work too well against the Zerg directly, due to the fact that yeah, they can't be warped on the creep, but you can use photon cannons to help delay their expansion. And yeah, depending on circumstances, you can sometimes wall them in within their own base. Usually the Zerg's main would only have a single ramp leading down, so if you can get a few buildings to blockade it, so then have a few cannons but behind those buildings, then yeah, then you can pretty effectively blockade the Zerg, which is pretty painful for them to get out of. But yeah, it's a bit tricky to do, to say the least. But yeah, if you can make it work, then yeah, it can certainly be a bit of a pain in the ass for the Zerg, as they rely on having one more base than their opponents, one more mining base, that is. So there you have it. Photon cannon, nice little multi-rolled defensive structure, and yeah, you can also be used as an offensive structure in the early stages of the game. Certainly worth using in most cases. So yes, check out the StarCraft 2 Guidance site for more information about the Protoss, and until next time, this has been Dane with the vid, just signing off.